Good evening, everyone. Uh, I am here and I am excited to be here. My name is Venus Henderson-Hughes and I am the founder and CEO of Henderson-Hughes Health Partners and also the founder and principal of VHHughes Consulting. I am here to be a part of your um, I'm here to be a part of your Leaders Cafe, and I'm going to be speaking about relationships. But before I do any of that, I would like to thank the phenomenal and super talented VHHughes for allowing me this space. I want to thank you, leaders, as well for um, allowing me your time. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to worry you long. I just want to talk about relationships and the benefit of relationships in your business journey. Adjust this a little bit. Like, hopefully you guys can see it pretty well. We got some sunlight coming through as well as some artificial light. So trying to make sure I have enough lighting. So I hope you all had a wonderful day, and I am going to get started, and hopefully those who were not able to attend live, they can check us out on the replay. So relationships, the definition of a relationship is two or more people connected for a common purpose. And those relationships can be personal, they can be business-wise, they can be spiritual. It just depends. And the 3 points that I am looking at is your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your team, and your relationship with your collaborators. So when I say relationship with yourself, what do I mean? When you decide to enter into business, and those steps, and by the way, those of you who have taken those steps, congratulations on your business. That is not something that everybody is meant to do. So congratulations for taking those steps and beyond if you've gone beyond that. But when you're in the process of starting a business, there are so many things, as my predecessors have said, that can get in your head and block you. Or, like my other predecessors said, you get caught up in waiting. Now, I believe that I am the final piece to the journey in this puzzle. And I'm going to speak on the behalf of you've gotten out of your head and you're out there and you're not waiting on anyone, and it is just you, and you know that you can do the job. So when I'm saying your relationship with yourself, it is not only just believing in yourself, but taking action with yourself in order to achieve the things that you need for your business. Those moments in time where you do get caught in your head, you still have to go through that relationship with yourself. But the ultimate relationship, of course, is the relationship that you have with your higher power, because I know people may have different versions. So, everything that we get, that we are instilled in, that we move, we breathe, everything comes from a higher power. And some people may not believe that, and I respect that. But when you are building everything, whether it is a business or a family, you have to know you. You have to know your quirks. You have to know how you deal with pressure. You have to know how you deal with happiness. There are so many emotions that go within the process of building. And I mention relationships because at times your business and your personal can cross over. And although we do not want them to cross over, sometimes it's only natural that it does. And there is no shame, no hurt, no foul that it does. But it's one of those things that as you go on and as you grow in your relationship, whether business or personal or both, you have to learn how to keep one at the other side of each door. So with you being in business, you are your brand. You are the face of your organization. You know, you may have the beautiful logo, which my logo is, this is one of my logos is sitting behind me. My other one is sitting over here. And so you are the face of your brand. When they think of your business, whatever it may be, you're the face. The logo may be gorgeous, it may be pretty, but that logo doesn't go into those meetings. So you have to be careful about what you present. You have to be careful about the face that you put out there. And you definitely have to make sure that you are not misunderstood. And all that goes into, are you comfortable within you? Are you and yourself aligned? Starting off a business, especially when you are not sure, because I know that a lot of people start businesses and of course they do get caught in their head and they're second guessing. Things don't go the way they want them to go. It's not as fast as they thought it should be. When you have those moments, you can take your momentum away. Your momentum can be taken away simply because you took your time to get caught in here instead of leading with this. And of course, when you do that, you take away your momentum. So the main thing with your relationship with yourself is to make sure that you are aligned with yourself, that you know exactly what it is that you want. And please make sure that you mean what you say and you back it up. That is how you build your relationship. And it all comes from how you carry yourself and how you build your brand. I'm through with self now. Let's talk about the team. Everybody is not meant to be on your team. And I'm going to say that one more time. Everybody is not meant to be on your team. It is great to want to take everybody with you. It is great to want to be with the team and, you know, your friends from the neighborhood. And as I say, Ray Ray and Pookie and them. But sometimes Ray Ray and Pookie and them are not meant to go. Sometimes Ray Ray and Pookie and them can really hinder you instead of help you. When you are gathering your team, be selective in your team. Get people who don't know how to do the things that you know how to do. Diversify your team. Diversify your team. If you get a bunch of you in the same thing, which of course another one of my predecessors says, it doesn't work. You need to diversify your team. That relationship with your team is important. Learn how to not only be a great leader, but also a great follower. You are not immune for being wrong. You can be wrong. And it is okay to be wrong. You have to learn how to be gracious to your team. Your team is what helps you build. And if you upset the team, then you have made a loss to the organization. The last thing that you need is for the team to be upset with you and you're stuck trying to present something that it was supposed to take 4 to 5 people, and now they have now quit on you, and now you have to do the one-man show or the one-woman show because you disrespected your team. When people join your team, they see something valuable in you. And you accepting those people to your team, you see something valuable in them. It is a cohesive unit. It is supposed to marry well together. If you get people on your team and you do not mesh well, do not try to figure out how you can make this square peg fit in that round hole. It just may not be meant to be. And it is okay. Maybe this is not the time for you two to work together. Maybe in due time, you will have to work together. Or maybe it's just not meant to be at all. Again, not everyone is meant to be on your team. When you think about a team, especially when you're building a business, like when, for instance, with H3P, we had to have a finance person. We had to have the head of the organization. We had to have a board. We had to have all these different components, and they all interconnected together. And if one part was off, then the whole thing was off. Yeah, I can go in and I can pull rank, but then that makes everybody disgruntled because it's like I'm not respecting everybody's opinion. And we're supposed to be connected. So if I come in the middle like this, then I'm not really connected. I'm just the add-on. Or if the team is connected and I'm off doing something else and then I drop something in their lap, then I'm causing strife in my team. The whole point is this product that we have, this product that we've come together, this company that we've come together, this service, whatever the case may be, that we've all come together, reflects all of our input, not just one person. And so when you are the head of an organization, you still have to respect the team members. You cannot just go in there and say, well, my name's on this, or, you know, I pay this. Everybody works together. Everybody gets the accolades, not just one person. One person may have started it, but one person could not have maintained it. At some point, you do need help. And now, whoo, this is the favorite part that I'm collaborations. Just like everybody not supposed to be on your team, you're not supposed to collaborate with everybody. I have learned that the hard way and the easy way. There is always this thing when you get a life raft and you thinking that this is the perfect thing and you're supposed to be with this person because of course you believe that this was meant to be, and that may not be so. When it comes down to having people in collaboration, you need to do your homework. As of late, I started doing my homework, and you know, I've been in business as a nonprofit owner for almost 6 years. And collaborations are pretty new to me, because not because I was trying to do everything, but because of the momentum and slowdown that I had. We started H3P in 2012. 2013 was our build up, of course. And 2014 was supposed to be when we were starting all the events. Well, in 2014, I received my 2 grandsons from foster care. And so that took the momentum away. However, the momentum slowed down, but I still was determined to get our name out there. So I attended some events. I didn't have any of my own at that point. I didn't start launching my own to 2015. And I started out with actually going to the homeless shelters and doing outreach to them. So that was my way of sort of getting my name out there. And like I said, just because it was slow doesn't mean that I didn't do anything. I refused to sit around and lose the momentum that I had just because a curve came in, if you will. Collaborations are a wonderful thing if they are the correct collaborations. Let me say that again. Collaborations are a wonderful thing if they are the correct collaborations. To have someone come in and want to seriously work with you, and I do mean seriously, where you are both putting in the effort, and that's both organizations or both leaders, whatever. When you are both putting in the effort, It is a match made in heaven. It is great. It's dynamic. There's nothing that can break it. However, when you have a collaboration and you do a make a fit, I'm sorry, that's one of my made up words, but when you make a fit, you have to be not surprised of the end result. When you decide to make it fit and it's not supposed to fit, then there's no way, shape, or form that you can be upset because those things did not work out. I was telling Rebecca today about last year's health fair. I did a make a fit. I decided to have this people come in and they was like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And I listened and it sounded great. At the end of the day, the health fair went on. At the end of the day, I was the one who did the health fair. Despite the fact, it wasn't a fact for me of saving face. It was the fact of I made a promise to the community and I was going to fulfill that promise. I never wanted H3P, especially because this was our first major event for that nonprofit, to now renege on that event. And it was a much needed event, a community health fair where you're giving out free health fair, free health screenings, free HIV screenings, free blood pressure. You had counselors there, everything that you could think of under the sun. And to pull out a month before, I couldn't even fathom how we would recover from that, especially because this was something that was unheard of in Mesa. In hindsight, I know that I let the talk up get to me. But of course, that's hindsight. If I had sat down and really looked strategically like I usually do, instead of being all gung-ho about having our first health fair, because this was something that I wanted to do for 3 years, we wouldn't have that issue. However, I was so psyched that we were finally manifesting this health fair that I wanted to do that I didn't look at the fact that we didn't fit well together. That I was all for community and they were all for money. That didn't work well. There was no lack there. There was no, and I'm not seeing anybody's comments, so I'm not sure. So if you guys are commenting, I see you got comments and I appreciate the comments. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I just don't see them. And I don't know if that's because I'm on my laptop or what, but I will respond to all comments, questions, and everything at the end. So I don't want you guys to feel that I'm ignoring you. But we cannot make things fit. Same thing in relationships. I've been married for 20 years and I'm going on 21 years. And, I have all kinds of comedy with that as far as, boy, at some point, somebody is going to give up. No, I love my husband and my husband is my friend. And he was my friend way before we even started dating. And I'm thankful to be able to share my life with someone like him. And I hope that he's thankful for me as well. I'm pretty sure he is. But when you are in a relationship, when you start a relationship, it's one of those things where the newness is so wonderful. It's so euphoric. It's fresh cut roses. It's beautiful. And when the roses die, it is one of those things where do you go out and get a new set of roses or do you just press the roses in the book so you can look at them later on? And yeah, I guess that's old school for some of you guys, but in my 20-year journey with my husband, now 21 years, because we'll be 21 in September, we have had our ups and our downs. We have had our almost to breaking points. But one of the main things that kept us together was our connection. And that connection and the way that we relate is what got us to almost 21 years. We've had our moments where we literally thought we were going to shatter. We went beyond breaking. But we're still here. And as I said, at 19 years, we still have reasons to smile, and we still have reasons to laugh. And we've managed to manifest a nonprofit. And I've managed to take our service out of that nonprofit and make a business. So the blessings are still there. And as long as I know that God is in the blessing business, and I do, I continue to get up and smile. And when I have my moments where I am down in the dust, I know how to get up and dust myself off and continue to smile. There are so many things that come from being in a great relationship. And that's either the fact that you have that friend that you can truly talk to and lay everything on the line and not feel that there's a repercussion of what you feel. No retaliation, just talking to your friend. I love those moments. I can talk to my husband and I can talk to my friend and I can talk to both of them. So we have those moments. He is my coattail puller when I am ready to jump into something, and he is my cheerleader when I do things. And that is what a relationship is all about. In business sense, I have been blessed to collaborate with some amazing women and men. Definitely, I know that God placed them in my lap. My current one is right here at the Leaders Cafe and the Leader Circle. I take nothing for granted. I know that I could be on the other side of this. I know that there is all kinds of ways that things could be really different. I could have threw in a towel with H3P back in year one when everything didn't magically come together. The main thing about relationships is that connection. And ultimately, if you have the best connection, which is with your higher power, everything else will fall into place. And that's the main thing that I want you to know, is that connection with God that gives you the idea to move forward in that relationship, whether that is business or personal. And it is that still connection that keeps you on the right path to let you know whether or not this relationship still should go or if this relationship is no more. That advisor, if you will, is what is the driving force of everything. It is the driving force in me. It is the reason why I can still smile when all havoc is happening. It is the reason why when you're ready to give up, the second wind comes along and you're like, oh, wow, well, I don't know what I was going to do, but we still got stuff to do. And that is why I'm thankful for all divine connections and just the continued connections that are coming in the future. I don't think I have anything else. I do appreciate you guys for your time. It has been a pleasure to sit in the midst of the great, phenomenal leaders here. I hope that I was able to give you something to think about. If you have any questions for me, feel free to let me know. And I will be, like I said, going through. I'm not sure why I couldn't see the comments. I saw the hearts and the likes, and I thank you for those. And I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you giving me your audience. I know that not many people have the privilege, and I say it is a privilege. So with that, I'm saying good night to you. And if I don't get a chance to tell you, have an awesome weekend. Good night.